Matt Storniolo. You're looking at him at 145, State College, 32-0. He's 158-7 overall in his career. That's like 2 careers. And his opponent here is John Henry Zarzicki.
Matt Storniolo from State College has been wrestling prior to this year for private school. Last year he was a prep school national champion. Wait for the whistle. And somehow ended up in State College. Thank you very much.
Well, we're going to see a State College teammate here next, that being Nathan Galloway. It wasn't easy for Galloway, coming in two-time gold medalist. State College made it to the team championships. I believe they're the runner-up to Easton.
They lost in the semifinals.
Semifinals, you're right. I knew the minute that left my, I was like, okay.
The year before,
right,
they were runner-up. Storniolo from State College is very tall for a 145-pound wrestler.
Still nothing. Still nothing. No, 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 no.
Kept his feet in. That's just what we've been talking about. And just to revisit that, we'll hold that particular picture. Your feet, it's much like football. If you can get them both in and keep it in, you're considered on the mat, right?
One wrestler can be completely out as long as both supporting points of the other wrestler are inbounds. And it should count.
And that was a great example of that to take the 2-0 lead for Storniolo. He's in that white singlet there. He's got the red anklet.
From the top position, Storniolo has just been punishing his opponents. Nobody's been able to get away from the guy. He's tall, has such good reach, and he's very good from the top position using that power half that you see right there.
Horn sounds. We're at the end of 1.
Green choice. Green defers, red. Red takes down.
Zarzicki scored his 100th career win against Jim Wilkinson in the preliminary round, 4-1. Job of keeping his body in good position relative to his opponent.
Well, Storniolo now up 5-2 with 1:21 left here in the second period.
Zarzicki came to the tournament as a Northeastern Regional third-place finisher at 130 pounds. He lost in the semifinals to Seth Lisa from Northampton, District 11, 7-0. And he lost again in the consolation finals and ended up 4th.
No shame losing to Seth Lisa. He was really, really good. Storniolo just, again, cruising right now, 5-2 over Zarzicki.
Storniolo won 145-pound class at the Powerade tournament. There's a State College, incidentally, won the PIAA Team Championship title with 3 champions.
Pretty good middle of the lineup with Storniolo at 145, and then you hit Galloway at 152.
Does well. Given a little bit more time, he would have picked up some back points in addition to that takedown with that tilt.
So 7-2, Storniolo in total control here with about 1:40 now remaining in this third period. As you watch coverage at the championship here of 145, 145 pounds. That's Storniolo of State College. John Henry Zarzicki of Pleasant Valley, District 11, both seniors. Speaking of surprising first-round exits at this weight class, Taylor Letters of Shaler. I think a lot of people were surprised not to see him get out.
Well, Andy
knocked out Thursday.
Yeah, Andy Hoffman from Chickaloomie beat him in the preliminary round 7-5. And Taylor Letters, of course, took second in the state last year.
So that opened up the door of opportunity here at 145, and these are the 2 guys that got through it. Jim, I heard the AAA, the quarterfinals. I talked to Rod Frisco, the writer for the Harrisburg Patriot News, esteemed in this sport, one of the top judges, and others, and you as well, that this is one of the most exciting quarterfinals that they can remember in AAA, where it was a wild ride.
Yeah,
the whole day.
Really good matches, really good wrestling, a super tournament.
So now you got 32 seconds, and Zarzicki has got to have a little sense of urgency. He's down 7. But again, Storniolo just leaves there's nowhere to get him.
Storniolo from State College benefits from working out with Nathan Galloway every day.
Beneficial because he's going to win a state championship as Ron Piper, the coach at State College, comes to his feet, and they've got one. Storniolo wins it convincingly. Never threatened, Jim. Rocks at home 9-2. Here's some of his work on the way to gold.
Now you can see Storniolo. Zarzicki's in nicely. He's in deep, right on the edge of the mat. Zarzicki has his leg, looking for a takedown. And what does Storniolo do? Backs in a little bit, gets in a little bit better position. And here's where he rolls him over to get his tilt. Thank you very much, John. I'll take whatever I can get.
Good work, as always, by our WITF production crew. We're going to go see the medal ceremony now, 140. Here's Dwayne Beach.
7th from McGuffey, Kirk Mean. 6th from Hempfield, Matt Barnett. 5th from Bald Eagle area, Brandon Gano. 4th from Upper Perkiomen, Mark Smith. 3rd from Parkland, Brad Herman. Second from Easton, Dan Brown. And our 140-pound champion, winner by decision, score 6-1 from Whitehall, Christian Franco.
Well, he finally got his gold medal, Christian Franco, and he's a contender for outstanding wrestler, although I think Mike Sassouli has probably got that bolted down right now, pending the outcome later. Well, Nathan Galloway is no stranger to this mat here in Hershey, as we mentioned, coming here for team championships, and has done extremely well here in the past, Jim.
Well,
It's quite a look.
He's 2-0 in his final appearances. Two-time defending state champion.
Got rolling this morning in the semifinal over Adam Brichetti, 13-4, but had a near miss against Matt Lear of Easton.
Well,
That was a tough one.
that was a yowzer match, I'll tell you what. And Galloway ended up getting a tying the match 3-3, taking it into overtime. And in that overtime period, nobody got a takedown. They went into the 32nd overtime, but Lear had scored their first point, so he got choice. He took down, and Galloway rode him out without any trouble at all.
Seth Martin's just been kind of cruising along in the bottom of the bracket. Got here 9-2 this morning with a win over Albert Miles. Galloway 36-0, and Dave Martin at 40-0. Galloway with the first 2 points. He's in the all-white, wearing the green anklet.
2-1 count. 2-1 count.
I believe in 44 seconds.
134.
134 rather. Well, that's quite an exclamation point for your third gold medal. I mean, he just pounds it home.
He made it look easy, and I'll tell you what.
We've seen a lot of guys like that. They got one near miss, and I mean, he hit a different gear starting this morning.
And Jed, Seth Martin is a two-time District 11 champion, won the Northeastern Regional Championships, came to the tournament undefeated, and Galloway showed him the door.
It's impressive. That happened so fast. They're gathering the Storniolo and everybody at 145. Well, Galloway, quite an exclamation point on his career. And this is very familiar ground for him coming up here in a little while as they gather everybody around for pictures. I don't know if we have the pin there, but he just really locked it in. There was just no way Martin could get out of that.
Well, you could see it coming. He had it locked up, and it took him a minute to figure out exactly which way he wanted to go with it. But once he figured it out, he went with it, and he put a little bit of mustard on it, and that was it for Martin.
Let's go to Dwayne Beach. Here they are.
The 145-pound medal winners. In 8th place from Shikellamy, Andy Hoffman. Seventh from Shaler, Taylor Letters. Sixth from Bald Eagle area, Eric Fisher. Fifth from Trinity, Scott Morgan. Fourth from Northampton, Bobby Zuber. Third from Elizabethtown, Luke Stauffer. Second from Pleasant Valley, John Henry Zarzicki. And our 145-pound champion, winner by decision, score 9-2 from State College, Matt Storniolo.
Storniolo, most impressive to win the gold medal at 140. There.
Jeremy.
Finals to Jeremy.
Chip.
Set that team with Time Moore, Ray Brenzer, and
Had 4 state champions.
I'll tell you what, Freiling is built like some kind of middle linebacker. There is just still scoreless. There's your time remaining in the first period.
Freiling qualified last year as a Southeastern Regional runner-up at 152 pounds. Lost in the preliminary round and then stormed through the consolation with 5 straight wins to take 3rd place.
Please drop in on the official if that's possible. Jeff Lindermuth, there he is. Should point out when he blows that whistle, that stops and starts the clock. They have the automatic scoring system here, so there is no question about it. Herbert's got that leg, Jim, but can't seem to do anything with us.
Herbert got in very deep, and probably on anybody else at this weight class, he wouldn't have any trouble getting a takedown, but Freiling is so strong, doing a good job against that offensive attack by Herbert.
I'll tell you what, flexibility means a lot, because you can turn ways that you're not used to, forcibly.
Well, Herbert did take a fair amount of injury time in his semifinal bout. Earlier this morning, he had a shoulder injury that he was nursing a little bit in that match. Now that's going to be 2 points because Herbert's hand was down.
So Freiling takes the 2-1 lead. There's your time remaining here in the second period.
Both of these wrestlers came to the tournament with 1 loss apiece. And interestingly enough, Jed, they each have 1 loss to the same wrestler at the same tournament. They both lost at the Beast of the East tournament to Matt Palmer from Blair Academy. Herbert lost in the finals. Freiling lost in the semifinals. Palmer just became a national prep school champion. The prep school national tournament last weekend.
What's that tell you about how good Palmer might be? Pretty much everything, isn't it? I wouldn't mind inviting Blair Academy in here for a little exhibition one time with everybody. Be kind of curious to see what that would look like. Maybe bring St. Ed's in from Cleveland. Might get a couple people in the building.
Just a few. There's another takedown by Freiling.
He's got the 4-2 lead as we end the second period.
Jake Herbert is the son of Jim Herbert. Jim Herbert won a state championship back in 1974 for North Allegheny. He won a referee's decision in overtime over Skip Boland from Lock Haven. Of course, that was all before the sudden death rules came into play.
That's good stuff right there. Where did you find that? That's good. 5-2. Freiling is out on the lead by 3 as we start the early moments of the third and final period. Live action here of 160. Got some blood time. Now we'll start that clock. Herbert. Looks to be his nose over here.
It's kind of interesting, Jed. I was walking through the halls here underneath the arena, and I saw Freiling taking a break after one of his matches earlier today. I was talking to him a little bit, and he looked at me and he said, "Hey, I've got 6 more minutes. That's all I need."
That tells you everything about how locked in these guys are. There's the blinking light, and there's your time remaining. Match number 777. This tournament runs like clockwork. There is not an eventuality that is not planned in advance here. They get visits from other states around the country on how to run a wrestling tournament here. This is the premier scholastic event of its kind in the country. There's just no doubt about it. From talent to organization to those who run it. And that planning justified with 53,283 over the 3-day session of this tournament. Out of bounds, so now we're getting to money time, Jim. 5-2 Freiling with 106 remaining.
Freiling just got warned for stalling, too. Very nice.
Impressive 7-2. He just stepped right into that.
Freiling closest match so far in the tournament was a 16-5. Well, he won his first match 14-4 against Logan Downs from Valley, District 7.
Josh Arnon, Arnon 16-5, and then took out Dave Gardner of Norwin this morning of District 7, 11-4. And in command here. Well, that's what getting out of bounds just in time is all about for Freiling, because Herbert had some momentum Down 4. He's got time, but not a whole lot of it. And the strength of Freiling, that upper body, that low center of gravity, another reversal. He's up 9-3. That should about close the window on Herbert. And it's over. He wins it 9-3. He is really impressive. Only a junior. Both are only juniors. But you know, you say though you'll have another day, but what we've seen in AAA this year, you just never know. And here's Freiling and the strength. He is just an animal on top right here.
Yeah, he just pulls out, spins around behind, gets his 2 points. And there are no guarantees, Jed, about ever making it this far next year.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Great performance. Let's go meet the medal winner here. It's led by Nathan Galloway at 152. Here we are with Wayne.
8th place from Boyertown, Zach Brower. 7th from Lampeter Strasburg, Anthony Angeline. 6th place from Katanning, Adam Brochetti. 5th from Cannon McMillan, Albert Miles. 4th from Parkland, Kyle Huddle. 3rd from Easton, Matt Lear. 2nd place from Selinsgrove, Seth Martin. Our 152-pound champion, winner by fall, time of the fall 1:44 from State College, winning his 3rd state title, Nathan Galloway.
There aren't a lot of 3-time state champs. That's some pretty impressive company that he has just joined here tonight. He does it by fall in his match with Seth Martin at 134. We turn the page to 171. Josh Weitzel out of Oxford, 42-2 overall. Has looked great in this tournament.
Easy.
And his opponent is Steve Borgia out of Garden Spot, 36-0 at 171. Borgia will be with the green anklet. And Weitzel with the red.
Dig in and under. Dig in and under. There you go.
And the blue and kind of off-white singlet is there for Weitzel of Oxford area.
Neutral, man.
Or check that for Borgia, rather, of Garden Spot. But what do you think about this? Borgia 6-4 over Unishanis this morning. Unishanis out of Phillipsburg, Osceola.
Well, Borgia's been here before. Last year, he lost his state finals bout to Travis Frick from Nazareth District 11, 9-4, coming to the championships at 171 pounds as a South Central Regional champion. This year, again, he's a South Central Regional champion. He is also undefeated, but he's had a couple of close matches, but has somehow managed to pull them out and advance in the tournament.
Lawrence Maggi is our official, District 7, 30 years officiating. County Sheriff, 6th PIAA championship. And I remember him from years. We'll have him you know right where you stand with Mr. Maggi out there. He gets right in the middle of it.
Borgia with a nice inside leg trip to bring Weitzel down to the mat to get a 2-point takedown.
Stalemate, so we'll do a restart with 10 seconds left.
Blood green.
So we start the blood clock again. 5 minutes to get that in the bag. Used to be unlimited, Jim. We were talking earlier today, right with our folks that work with us about something here a few years ago. It was just, it went on forever.
It went on for probably 20 minutes. mentioned that Borgia struggled a little bit in some of his matches. In his quarterfinal bout, he had to wrestle Dorian Heist from Meadville, District 10. Heist undefeated at the time, and in a battle of unbeatens, Borgia came out ahead 4-3.
Well, for District 3 tonight, Tim Haas has won on a Cedar Cliff, and Brian Baglio on a Redland. So still have Tyler Rees of Northern to go at 275. About as good a night for District 3 as I can remember in years so far.
So far.
Okay, man, let's go.
And up at the next weight class, everybody expected to see Adam Lopiccolo, another District 3 wrestler from Susquehannock High School, make it into the finals. That didn't happen.
You get on. You set? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
End of the first period. Let's listen in.
Red, choice. Red, down. Top man, hold tight. That's how you get on.
Escape, so that's 1 point now for Weitzel. Oxford area, District 11, 42-2 on the year. Weitzel, a junior, Borgia, a senior for Garden Spot.
Borgia looking to become Garden Spot's first ever state champion. Last year, Weitzel qualified as a Southeastern Regional runner-up at 145 pounds, but ran into Nathan Galloway in the quarterfinals. Fighting through the consolation bracketing, Weitzel ended up 5th at that weight class last year.
Weitzel is currently the aggressor. He gets 2 points. Takes the Borgia rather, for the 4-1 lead.
Green in the middle. Stalling green.
With 18 seconds left in the second period,
Green even more for
stalling call on
Hold
Steve
tight.
Borgia.
Okay, top man.
Big escape point here for Weitzel. It's 4-2. A little momentum as we're coming up on the third period. Final seconds tick off here in the second. Here at 171.
Okay, top man, hold tight. Bottom man, set.
Final period.
Keep coming, keep coming. Keep the motion. Keep the motion. Motion, motion. Come on, come on. Go, come on. Go. Come on, Stevie. Come on, Stevie. Keep burning.
difficult time for this semifinal match against John Steiner from Freedom High School out of District 11. Weitzel beat Steiner 6-4 in a match closer than that score might indicate.
Okay, guys, hold tight. Bottom man, you get set.
There's a great shot at it right there from the upper regions here, the Hershey Park Arena. Still anybody's game. Borgia leading at 4-2 as we look at Scott Gold, the head coach of Josh Weitzel, who's very much alive in this thing.
Borgia's out. Make the score 5-2.
That's a big point, Jim. Big point.
It's a big point with 44 seconds left.
Come on, man, let's go. In the center.
For the 160-pound medal winners, make their way to the awards area, please.
Borgia has been warned for stalling. Needs to keep that in mind.
See this thing.
Well, he calls a stalemate very quickly. Another stall call. That's 1 point. A takedown will tie the match now.
But not much time left. And it's over. Steve Borgia of Garden Spot has won it. 5-3. He hangs on. And District 3 is 3 for 3 in this AAA final. And the emotion of it all. A tough weekend that this is. Keeping weight, running stairs. It's just the first ever state champ. And what a moment for the program as well.
8th place from McGuffey, Stephen Breeze.
Here's Plain Beach.
7th from Honesdale, Josh Arnone. 6th from Penn Manor, Brandon Kaufman. 5th from Parkland, Nick Guida. 4th from Norwin, Dave Gardner. 3rd from State College, Jeremy Hart. 2nd from North Allegheny, Jake Herbert. And our 160-pound champion, winner by decision, score 9-3 from North Penn, Zach Freiling.
Impressive champion Freiling at 160 pounds, Jim. Won his match from Jake Herbert, 9-3. Well, we now go to 189. John Opplinger, 38-6, a concrete kid from Northampton. And his opponent will be Matt Cassidy. Opplinger will be in the red. Cassidy in the green anklet. There's Matt Cassidy out of Plum. WPIAL District 7, 33-1. Cassidy is the young man that beat Adam LaPiccolo, who was a finalist last year, 275, who
Two-time finalist last year and the year before.
You really liked him a lot, and still do. Not that just because he lost, but as a big win, 3-2. Opplinger got by Philip Davis out of Harrisburg, and Davis a rough customer in his own right.
Davis also a place finisher at last year's championships from Harrisburg District 3. Of course, locally, the fans thought that we'd see a rematch of the South Central Regional Championships between Davis from Harrisburg and Lopiccolo from Susquehannock. But Mr. Opplinger and Mr. Cassidy had better things in mind.
Opplinger, the Northeast #1. Cassidy comes in the Southwest #1.
Come on, guys. Keep it going.
Matt Cassidy has one loss That one loss came against Nick Sandoval from Shadyside Academy in a slam when Cassidy inadvertently slammed Sandoval and was disqualified. John Opplinger from Northampton, only in 10th grade. Northampton also has another 10th grader who was a regional champion at 171 pounds, Josh Haynes from Northampton.
Well, it's pretty easy to spot who the guy for Plum is. They got that big thing on the purple singlet there. Coming up on 25 seconds left here in the first. Championship here at 189 pounds. I want to thank everyone involved in today's state finals, and a big thank you as well to the cable companies that carry the Pennsylvania Cable Network, bringing sights and sounds of the 2002 PIAA Wrestling Championships to millions of Keystone State residents.
Just like that, Cassidy in on a quick takedown for 2 points.
Kicks that leg right out. Opplinger really mad at himself for that, I think.
Well, it's kind of a mental mistake with just a couple of seconds left in the first period. See just how powerful Opplinger is. And only in 10th grade. Opplinger did not get to the state championships last year. Cassidy qualified in 2001 at 171 pounds. He lost in the quarterfinals to state champion Travis Frick from Nazareth 3-1. Ended up 4th. Cassidy's uncle, Steve Cassidy, also wrestled at Plum. State champion in 1990 at 140 pounds.
Here comes Opplinger now. His first big offensive, and he goes out of bounds. There's your time in the second.
Coach Terry Daubert of Northampton, of course, has a distinguished assistant coach, Don Roan. Member of the PIAA Hall of Fame.
That's a pretty good guy to have as an assistant, isn't it?
Also a Division I national champ himself in college in 1973 at Clarion.
2 minutes left here at 189. Not much action here. It's been a pretty solid performance from Matt Cassidy, and he's just played good defense.
And you see a lot of wrestlers now riding with that half Nelson. It's really become popular in high school. Used to be only popular in college ranks, and probably most popular with a multiple-time national champion Gene Mills from Syracuse.
Coming up on 1:30 left in the match.
107 pounds, 71 pounds. Medal winner, Mickey Lady Award Today. 171 pounds, Award Today.
Grabbed a finger or two, and you have to grab all four of them at the same time, or it is a technical violation, and that's where that point came from.
So Cassidy in a pretty good spot, 4-0. He's just alone from the top position. There's just really no way to move him out. He's just like a Land Rover in there.
Opplinger has to become frustrated every time he lifts his head up. Cassidy's all over him with that half Nelson.
Match of the night so far was at 125. Mike Sasuli against Brian Sticka in overtime.
Matt Sasuli.
Or Matt Sasuli.
Semifinal bout against Philip Davis from Harrisburg, winning that bout 7-5 in overtime.
Well, Opplinger running out of outs now.
And right back to that half Nelson goes Cassidy from that top position.
Coach is over in the Cassidy corner, said nice half right after you talked about it, Jim. Charles Brolick, his head coach. It wasn't fancy, but it gets the job done. He wins 4-1 at 189.
And something tells me that
there was just no way that Opplinger could score off of him from the bottom position. He was just a total load, a Land Rover from the top.
And this is the takedown. Very nice leg trip. Cassidy on top, 2-point takedown.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's go to Blaine Beach and let's check in on the medal ceremony at 171.
medal winners on the award stand. 8th place from North Allegheny, Eric Cassidy. 7th from Bald Eagle area, Adam Nyman. 6th from Phillipsburg, Osceola, James Yashonas. 5th from Meadville, Durham Heist. 4th from Freedom, John Steiner. 3rd from Northampton, Josh Haynes. 2nd from Oxford, Josh Wetzel. And our 171-pound champion, winner by decision, score 5-3, from Garden Spot, Steve Borgia.
Steve Borgia, there you see him out of Garden Spot. First ever state champ for Garden Spot. And there's some of the rooting contingent. Final match, Tyler Reese out of Northern High School, District 3 at 36-0. He will go up against Tom Parks of North Allegheny, 37-2. Final match of the tournament. Coming up at 275. Parks won by fall this morning over Drew Feldman of Wyoming Valley West, District 2 at 4:51. Reese had a tougher way to go, got by Bob Cale in overtime, 3-1.
Well, Bob Cale is an excellent wrestler. Bob Cale, 30-2 with a record coming into the tournament, placed 5th in the state last year at 275.
Work in the middle, work in the middle.
Qualified this year as the Southwestern Regional Champion, and everybody knew that those two were going to be tangling in the semifinals. Tyler Reese came out on top with a 3-1 overtime victory.
Center.
And in that match, he truly got a takedown in literally the last second of the overtime.
Tim Ritter, a research and development manager out of District 4. 27 years he's been a PIAA official and for years officiating, and this is his 3rd PIAA state championship to work.
Go, go.
Still in the feeling out process here. Was there anything that really surprised you as far as 275? Did form hold pretty much to you?
I was really kind of surprised that Tyler Reese wrestled as well as he did against Bob Cale. I thought Cale would carry the bottom half of the bracket without any trouble at all. It doesn't surprise me that Parks made it through the tournament. Parks qualified as the Southwestern Regional Champion. He had lost his Southwestern Regional Finals last Saturday to Bob Cale. I fully expected to see a rematch of those two.
Work. Keep working.
Tom Parks also qualified last year from the Southwestern Regional Tournament as the champion at 275. Lost in the semifinals to Adam Piccolo from Susquehanna, District 3, 11-4.
Work. Go, go.
Made it through the consolation bracketing and placed 3rd.
Horn sounds. We're through 1.
Red.
Still
George
scoreless.
Red. Top, bottom, neutral to clear. Red's going bottom. Second period. 0-0, gentlemen. Pick up. See Red stay set. Top, take your position.
There you look at Tyler Reese of Northern. Good defensive move there by Reese. He went right to his stomach, Jim, when he realized he might get turned.
Well, he thought he was going to be able to get out, but Parks held on. And like you said, Jed, it was a nice move on Reese's part not to hang in there too long You get caught on his back, especially in the heavyweight division at 275. That's where you don't want to be.
1-point escape for Reese, and that'll give him the 1-0 lead. Points have been at a premium since we hit 189, Jim.
No points yet. No points have been awarded yet. Tyler Reese.
Well, Parks gets on the board to take the 2-1 lead. So the tempo is picking up a little bit here at 275. You're watching exclusive live coverage on PCN, Pennsylvania's Championship Network. And we welcome the 141 cable systems representing 2.9 million homes and 9 million state residents. That's today's and tonight's television audience for the Pennsylvania State Wrestling Finals. And a big hello to all the family, friends, and fans in the Commonwealth associated with this state tournament final.
Northern High School has had 2 state champions. Back in 1974, Keith Rosenberger at 145 became the school's first champ. And then again in 1976, Denny Jacobs at 145 became the second champ.
Now we got a 2-2 match with 12 seconds left in the second period.
Work, keep working. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Horn sounds, end of the second period. 2 minutes to go. 2.
Third period. 3-2.
Right away.
2-2. I was told here, Jim, to say happy birthday to Donna Smith from her husband, sitting right next to us. See, I told you I'd work that in for you. Guy guarding the medals over here.
Be nice to the guy guarding the medal.
Absolutely. Anybody's to win here, obviously, with a 3-2 Parks. Big move by Parks to get a huge 2 points.
You can see the momentum shift in his favor. Tom Parks, of course, with all the confidence in the world now. Now he's up 5-2 with 1 minute and 34 seconds left in the final period.
Beginning to really see North Allegheny get back into things. No.
Very good to see.
They were rocking in the late 80s, early 90s.
Late 80s, early 90s, they were the team to beat.
Red, let's go, Red. On your feet, show me something, Red. You're falling.
Underneath the minute to go now at 275.
Talked about how dominating North Allegheny was back in the late 80s, early 90s. 1990 was the time when they, at the time, set a new world's record in team points with 133 points and 4 state champions.
Well, it looks like Tom Parks, if he can hang in, looks like he's going to make it 2 for 2 or 1 for 2. Herbert lost to Zach Freiling at 160, and he has done it. Good effort by Tyler Reese, as you say, took out Bob Cale this morning in the semifinals, but a 5-3 win by Tom Parks. And this 2002 PIAA Wrestling Championship has seen its last match here at the Hershey Park Arena after 25 years, and now they'll move over and add another weight class next year to 215. Do you like 215, the fact that they're bringing that in?
Well, I think
we look at some of the heavyweight. First, let's go to Dwayne Beach, and let's check out the guys at 189 who have survived the rugged weekend. Here they are.
On the award stand, the 180-pound medal winners. 189-pound medal winners on the award stand. 8th place from Marble Newtown, Brian Dunlap. 7th from Central Mountain, Tim Myers. 6th from Quakertown, Paul Weibel. 5th from Liberty, Mike Liberto. 4th from Harrisburg, Philip Davis. 3rd from Susquehannock, Adam LaPiccolo. 2nd from Northampton, John Uplinger. And our 189-pound champion, winner by decision, score 4-1 from Plum, Matt Cassidy.
Cassidy, a workmanlike 4-1 victory. And we just got the team scores in. Easton has won it with 100 points. State College finished second with 82. Waynesburg got 78.5. Northampton fourth, 59. North Allegheny fifth with 47. Whitehall at 45. Parkland 39.5. Cedar Cliff finished eighth with 38 and a tie with Plum. And North Penn rounds out the top 10 with 28. So North Allegheny back in that top 5 again. You were talking about that great run that they had, and looks like we've got a pretty good start. Parks graduates, but Jake Herbert, who had a good showing tonight as a junior, with Zach Freiling. I asked you about 215 before they get the 275s up there. What do you think about the new weight class?
Well, I think that in AAA, I think the schools, it'll probably it'll make things a little more interesting. It troubles me a little bit with the AA schools because of the rosters on the AA schools are much smaller typically, and some of the schools really struggle to fill the weights that they have now. Adding 215 is just going to add some forfeits in that I don't like to see.
All right, that's a fair way of looking at things. And again, thank you to our WITF production crew and everybody here at PCN, Pennsylvania's Championship Network. And they did swimming and diving over the weekend in State College. Had both sessions today. And it's been great having Bob Kraut in my ear. Let's go see. I think they're calling up 275 right now. Let's go to Dwayne Beach. Right, they're still gathering the guys. That stage might tilt there, Jim. There's a lot of beef on the hoof there.
The 275-pound medal winners. 8th place from Punxsutawney, J.R. Suter. 7th from Neshaminy, Jeff Donahue. 6th from Wyoming Valley West, Drew Feldman. 5th from McDowell, Ryan Maravich. 4th from McGuffey, Eric Delary. 3rd from Peters Township, Bob Cale. 2nd from Northern, Tyler Reeves. And our 275-pound champion, winner by decision, score 5-3, from North Allegheny, Tom Parks.
Impressive performance by Parks. AAA, Jim, it was very exciting, and the storyline was that if you're a returning state champion, they didn't care.
No.
No one cared.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And that's what created the